She realized her sick daughter's purification pod was about to run out of power, but the toxic fog that had suddenly appeared still hadn't cleared. Left with no other choice, the desperate mother decided to take a risk. She took a deep breath, held it, and without hesitation, plunged straight into the deadly fog. Just before the pod's battery died completely, she managed to reach her daughter's room. She quickly swapped out the battery and the pod hummed back to life. But by then, she had reached her limit. Through the glass, she gazed at her daughter one last time, her eyes filled with love and longing, before silently saying goodbye. Meanwhile, Johnson finally made it home, only to find his wife collapsed at the foot of the stairs. She had dragged herself to a spot where their daughter couldn't see her, sparing the girl from witnessing her final moments. Johnson completely broke down. After making sure his daughter was safe, he silently climbed to the rooftop where all his grief came crashing down at once. He wept. Soon, the daughter sensed something was wrong and kept calling for her mother over the intercom. Johnson didn't know what to say. After a long pause, he walked out onto the balcony and told her the devastating truth. The girl curled up in the corner, convinced she was the reason her mother was gone. Just as Johnson was trying to figure out how to get them out of there, a mild earthquake suddenly shook the city. The tremor caused the toxic fog to rise rapidly, and it was quickly swallowing the upper floors. Johnson immediately decided to head back out, hoping to scrounge up a few more oxygen tanks for the elderly couple. But the old man just smiled and waved him off. He knew that he and his wife were already near the end of their lives, and they didn't want to waste a young man's chance at survival. In their final moments, the couple lay together in bed, whispering their last words of love. As the fog seeped through the window, they held hands and peacefully waited for the end. Out on the streets, Johnson got lucky and found a hazmat suit inside an ambulance. It wasn't a spacesuit, but it would have to do. Eager to get back to his daughter, he hopped on a nearby motorcycle and took off. But visibility was almost zero in the thick fog, and he was riding too fast. Out of nowhere, a little boy appeared in his path. Johnson swerved hard to avoid him, but the bike spun out, and he was thrown into a parked car, knocked out cold. When he finally came to, the intercom was silent. His daughter wasn't responding. He slumped against the car, crushed by guilt, feeling like he had failed his wife's dying wish. He was ready to give up until two figures emerged from the fog. It turned out that after the purification pod lost power, his daughter discovered something remarkable. Her illness had made her immune to the toxic gas.